What is tapping and how does it work? Today, I'm going to give you the background on the tapping experience, why it works, and I'm going to take you through a brief tapping experience yourself so you can experience it right here. I was introduced to what was originally given the reference of emotional freedom techniques. It was actually a spin-off from another body of work that preceded it, and Gary Craig was the guy that was really the pioneer in putting EFT out into the space of humanity and was one of the first to have a really prolific website. I actually was published on his website years ago. This was in the late 90s. So EFT's origin is about 20 years ago. Can you believe 20 years ago? It was the late 90s. I feel like we're still just starting the 2000s. And Gary actually retired his involvement with it, and other people have carried and continued to take this work out into the world. I am one of them. I'm featured on the Tapping Summit every year that's put on by the Ortners. I have had the opportunity to be published in Dr. Mercola's newsletters in the early 2000s when he was promoting tapping in his work, and I was the one that represented that. And so I have had the good fortune of being known here on the inner workings of the web as being someone that's a leading teacher of the experience of tapping. Tapping is exactly what it says. You're using your fingertips to tap on very specific acupressure points that are located on your energy meridians. Your energy meridians are your energy highways. You're familiar with acupuncture, accupressure. Maybe you've even seen an acupuncturist. You can go into their offices, and typically they have charts of the body's energy meridian system. Donna Eden's a teacher of the energy meridians and has several techniques that help the energy open and move along the meridians. These are all people that I've had the good fortune of meeting, working closely with. I consider them colleagues and peers of mine because we were some of the pioneers that really started this work in the 90s, early 90s to mid 90s. And then we were first on the internet. And so once you're I'll show you where the points are real quick. There's very simple. Your face points are inside of eyebrow, outside of eye, under eye, above the lip, under the bottom lip, collarbone, under the armpit, top of the head. These points very specifically are acupressure points that will, when stimulated, open the energy on your energy meridians to create a release and a shift. Now, tapping is profoundly useful if you're already processing or something's bugging you. You're triggered. You're like, your stuff's up. If you tap at that moment, you're processing. It's a huge benefit to now move this energy. Because if you go into your head and then shut it down and try and fix it by doing something, that energy gets stored again. It gets put back in its place of storage where it'll only get triggered again. So the goal in tapping is to release this repressed, trapped trauma energy that originally got pent up, most likely early in your childhood, through your childhood and teens, and then through some traumas as an adult that you weren't able to adequately go through the emotional process to support yourself in healing it. And so it's hanging around. And therefore, other things show up. I've talked about that in other videos, that the energy we emit attracts to us the experiences that we're having. And so there's a lot of hidden energy that we're not familiar with in our subconscious mind and repressed in our emotional body that we will actually experience a reoccurring event that represents an original event that we can, through tapping, clean up the energy so it doesn't have to happen anymore. And we're going to do that today with a general tapping script. I want to read a couple notes real quick about how does tapping work. Tapping on meridians while concentrating on accepting and resolving the negative emotion will access your body's energy, restoring it to a balanced state. And when you're in a balanced state, you're in a higher vibration, and you attract that which supports you being joyful. Like acupuncture, tapping achieves healing through stimulating the body's meridians and energy flows. Acupuncture takes years to master. Like, you're not going to go out, you can go learn about acupuncture and become an acupuncturist, or you can learn tapping and self-apply it any time in your waking hours. You can use it with your children. In fact, I have a story. My son was probably about 10 at the time. He came home from school and he was really bugged. He was just really upset. And I said, come here, I want to help you. And he goes, no, you're just going to tap on me and then I'll feel better, but I want to stay angry about this. Then in high school, my same son, he put a little note. Do you still have that? Remember that? You put it with a thumbtack right above your bed. A little piece of paper with the word tap on it. Do you remember that? Oh, that was awesome. So if you're already teaching this to your children, if they're playing like cool about it, like that's weird, Mom, they're paying attention. There are studies. They've done a lot of work with veterans with PTSD. That's a space they've taken tapping over the years, and they've done a lot of research with seeing how it affects their healing work and helping them not go into post-traumatic stress disorder by being triggered, because they're highly vulnerable with the residue from the trauma they experienced in the combat. And they have found that significant success. It says the study that I'm familiar with, the study concluded there was a significant decrease in anxiety scores compared to participants receiving other care. And so again, there's no harm in trying it. It costs nothing. You don't have to ingest anything. You might think it's weird to tap on your body, but hey, they thought it was weird when they put toilets inside of homes when that first happened. And now we can't even imagine it being any other way. So you are working with your personal energy system with the modality called tapping. It's incredibly powerful. And when you learn the 3 things you need to make tapping work, let's go over those and let's go through the experience. The first thing you need is, what are you tapping on? What are you saying? What are your thoughts? What are you paying attention to? Well, clearing scripts are what I call them. You are focusing on what you don't want, all the things that make you feel horrible, all the things that are miserable. And people say, Carol, why do we focus on the negative? Because that's representing the trapped trauma energy. You're speaking it, you're putting a voice to it, you're moving the energy by talking about it while you're tapping. I am really, really good at writing clearing scripts. I have it's an art. I'm very good at it. I hear that feedback frequently in my healing center that, wow, Carol just said the exact thing I needed to hear. And bonus, you may not know this, but in my book, Mastering Affluence, it came out last year, there are 100 pages in the appendix of already written clearing scripts. They're profound. 100 pages of clearing scripts. So, clearing scripts, the clearing statements, then a quick forgiveness process, because that allows your energy to shift into a healing mode, and then reframes using positive statements. Those are the 3 steps I use while tapping. So let's try it out. And I'm taking this script from my book, Mastering Affluence. This is a general clearing for creating a life of lack, pain, and struggle. Yeah, I'm going to be reading this while, actually I need to keep my glasses on. And side note, people say, where do you get your glasses? These are cheap readers from like a drugstore. A lot of them are from, $10. You're going to tap along with me. Follow along. You can also, people ask, do you have to tap? Some people prefer to just place their fingertips on the point. That works as well. If you're not comfortable yet with tapping or finger placement, you can repeat after me, or you can just listen. Your energy system will still have a favorable response. All right, let's take a deep breath and exhale. Deep inhale and exhale again. now, tapping on the inside of your eyebrow. Repeat after me. I have to give up myself in order to fit in. It's selfish to consider myself and choose myself. Tapping on the side of your eye. I have to live in struggle and pain to fit in. Still running my family story and energy. Tapping under your eye. Releasing this old energy. It's worldly to experience pleasure. Tapping under your nose. Settling for mediocrity. Speaking in terms of lack and struggle to fit in. Tapping on your chin, under your lip. Caught in the collective energy of lack and struggle. Looking outside of myself for answers. Tapping on your collarbone points. Releasing this old programming. Letting go of the old familiar pattern of struggle. Tapping under your arm. Who am I to make a difference? I have to help others before I help myself. Take a deep breath. Tap on the top of your head. Others' needs and pleasures are more important than mine. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Giving up my power, playing old roles. Releasing these old programs of who I am supposed to be. Take a deep breath and let that all go. So good. Good for you. Whew, you'd even wipe it off. How many of those were zingers for you? That just means you have something there. You can come back and do this again. Place your hand on your heart energy, your heart chakra, and repeat after me. I forgive myself for doubting myself. I forgive myself for accepting lack and struggle as my way of life. I forgive myself for settling for mediocrity. I forgive myself for looking outside myself and drowning my soul's promptings by giving my power to others. Okay, now we're going to reframe these. Again, tapping on the inside of your eyebrow. Repeat after me. And you can add this if you want. A lot of people want to acknowledge God in their healing work, so I include that. If that doesn't fit for your belief system, you don't include that. But we will for the purpose of having it there, and you can choose not to include that. Thank you, God. It is safe to live my life in affluence, ease, and joy. I speak about my life in terms of affluence, ease, and joy. Side of eye. I am affluent. I am abundant. My life flows with ease. Tap under your eye. I am creating and experiencing joy more and more each day. As I choose myself, I have more to give. Under your nose. I make choices that are correct for me first. I'm creating my own story. I'm creating my own story with money. I deserve wealth. I use my money wisely. Oh, tap on your chin. We moved. My soul is guiding me. I am on purpose with my life. Tap on your collarbone points. I turn within to seek my answers. In the stillness, the answers are loud and clear. I moved again, collarbone points. It is safe to move forward with what is correct for me. I am on purpose. Under your arm. One of my greatest purposes is to live a life of affluence, ease, and joy. God wants me to thrive and share my gifts with others. on top of your head. All is well. Life is good. I am blessed. Okay, breathe that in. So good. I have dozens and dozens and dozens, over 100 tapping guided healing sessions in the Carol Tuttle Healing Center. And it starts with you going to healwithcarol.com and go through, this will take you no more than 30 minutes, my introduction, my energy healing basics guide. It's the introduction to the work that I do online and how it works, why it works, and demonstrating to you and let you have another experience with it so you can choose to help yourself with these easy to use, powerful tools. You'll also get access to a self-assessment tool that will give you a personal healing map. Go to healwithcarol.com. Tapping is a powerful tool that helps us heal. Our mind and bodies want to heal. We just get in the way of it healing. Tapping removes the blocks that we carry that keep healing from happening. Let yourself have the healing that's there for you. I'll see you at healwithcarol.com. Thanks for subscribing to my channel. I love helping you. It's a pleasure and a joy to help other people experience a more blessed life. Thanks for being here today.